Hey guys, it's Andrea with No Bucks Given, and today's going to be a weekly check-in video. So, if you might have watched my last weekly check-in, you have seen that I did a little bit of overspending than what I normally do, but I'm going to show almost nothing for this week. So, I had completely forgotten when I was making my budget that there was going to be some activities going on this weekend, and so I thought I was going to go over budget, but we'll look at the numbers and see what I have left over. So I'll get you zoom in and then we'll get started. And hello to everybody that's new. I'll see you in a bit. And we are back. So let me get my stuff all together here. Oh gosh. Okay. Sorry. Completely forgot about that being there. Oh, it's like I didn't plan it out or anything. Yeah, if you guys know, you know. So here you go. All right. So for this tracker, for those that are new, it is my spending tracker that I had just recently found and incorporated into sharing with everybody, just in case if they want to check out a different way of going about managing their budget. I found this tracker on the Printable Plans on Etsy, and the link will be in the description below. So what I'll do is I'll go ahead and write the date, the description, the amount, and then if it was used with cash or my card. So the first day there was a no spend. So that was cool. And then on the 21st, there was a no spend day. Woohoo! It was quite shocking. On the 22nd, there was another no spend day. Another thing that I had forgotten to mention was because of all the leftovers that we had from Easter weekend, it made it very nice as far as me and Jake not needing to go to the grocery store. We still have salad left over. It's ridiculous, but it's pretty good. We really like the salad, but we'll probably get tired by the time we're done with it. But either way, pretty cool that we didn't have to go to the grocery store so far. On the 23rd, though, there was another no spend. I was contemplating making this video, but I'm kind of actually happy that we had a handful of days of, no spends. But on the 24th, though, on the 24th, we had a no spend day. And then on the 25th, we actually did have a spend day. And so for the 25th, we went out to celebrate Jake's birthday. It was a trio. There's two other of our friends that also have birthdays that are close, or actually two are on the same day. Jake and our one friend, and then the other friend, theirs has passed, but it was close enough where it's like we could just celebrate them all at once. So it was a trio birthday. And we went to this one spot in town where they have a bunch of like beer and ciders and wine. And then they have a bunch of food carts, so you can just grab your drink, walk around, see what food you want. And so I covered Jake's because I had been saving all year with that savings challenge that I have in my budget binder or my variable expenses binder. And so that particular challenge wasn't initially used for Jake at first. I think I might have used it for my Etsy allowance. But then I was getting a good handle on my spending where I didn't really need it. And so I still wanted to use it. And so I decided to use it to save up for like Jake's birthday or Christmas or whenever I just want to treat him. So what I did was I had went and got myself some Salvadorian food. There's a Salvadorian truck. Salvadorian. I might be spelling that wrong, and I'm gonna be so embarrassed if it is. But there's a Salvadorian truck, and I got some food, and that was pretty good. It's one of my favorite trucks that we have over there, and that one was $14, and that one was with cash. And then Jake, he helped himself to some beers. So he had like a few beers. And then he also got food from the Greek truck. And I told him, get whatever you want. Don't even worry about it. It's all on me. Don't worry. And then he made a joke about just buying around on me. That was really funny. But that one, he did a good 51. I think it was like €1 and a pretzel and then like a few beers and one plus tip. So for that one, I just gave him my card and told him to have fun. And so that was that. And he had a really good day. They all had a really good day. It was really nice. It was like, I think about like, I haven't done the count in my head, but I think it might have been like a little over 30 of us that were there. So that was really nice. We had this one back patio reserved for us, for everybody. And then we had some cake. And then we also had another friend make homemade cookies. Those are delicious. So it was just really nice having everybody together. And then, everybody can get whatever they want from the food trucks and just kind of mingle and get to know each other. And then the next day, we helped our friends move. It was a really light move because they had already done a good majority of it. So it was just us helping out with like either last minute cleaning or like the really big heavier items when they would have needed like somebody with the truck and just some other ones that can help out with like carrying heavy furniture. So when we went, I had went to the bakery next door and I got some churros and conchas and some cookies, and that was only 16, and they take cash only, so that was cash. And I probably should have put down this one. I just took it out of my regular food spending, and then this was out of Jake's savings that I have in my variable expenses. And then the bakery, I just took that out of food as well. So that was that. And then after we were done, we went to another, so they live in a town like right next to us. And in their town, they also have like a bigger spot that has the same kind of setup where you can just get beer or cider on tap. And then there's even more food trucks around. So I got myself some Hawaiian, and that was pretty good. And then I also had a like a side of fries from actually it was another Greek restaurant, another Greek truck where they also had gyros. Jake was like in a Euro mood, I guess. So that was the Hawaiian truck, and that came from my food spending. And that one I also did with cash, and that cost me $13. And that was pretty much it as far as spending. I was really I honestly thought that we would need to go to the grocery store because of like, yes, we can eat salads, but I also didn't realize that there was also stuff like for pizzas, and then we had the ham, so then we just got some sliders, like to make some sliders, and we already had, I guess, a good majority of the stuff where we didn't need anything. And so we got, the next time we go to the grocery store, which is probably going to be, either Monday or Tuesday, we'll probably just get a big, I guess, haul of food or whatever. But either way, we did pretty good on food, and I ended up having leftovers with the Hawaiian, so that could probably be a lunch that I take, or I might just eat it tonight. I have no idea. But this was all the spending that we have. So what I'll do next is I'll go ahead and get us back zoomed out, and I'll just see how much money we have left over. So I'll see you in a bit. And we are back. So let me see how much I have left over for the week. So for this, I will be getting paid this week towards the end of the week. So anything in here, I'm like contemplating rolling it over for the following week, but then I also want to put it towards probably Bunny Box is right now my biggest priority, just because I feel like I kind of got a little bit behind on that one. So I'm leaning towards Bunny Box. So I don't know if you guys are able to help in the description below. Should I put this towards Bunny Box, which is what I'm really leaning towards, or I could put it towards Spring Has Sprung. I could put it towards the Mind Your Business Savings Challenge. I could put it towards Build a Farm, even though Build a Farm is like calmed down a bit now that I'm off the island. or I could put it towards the group savings. So if you guys want to leave me a comment in the description below. I'm really leaning towards Bunny Box because I feel like I'm really, really behind. But I'm just curious what you guys would say. Maybe if there's a good enough reason that someone shares with me of why I should go with one binder over the other, I might really take it into consideration. So just let me know what your thoughts are. So for food, after all of that, I have 50, 20, 30, 35, 36, 37. 37. I have no idea. I mean, can you imagine? It'd be nice if like a 20 was considered a 50. Ugh. Remember back in the good old days when like hamburgers used to be like a quarter? My grandpa would always tell me about how when he was younger, movie theaters would be like a quarter, and then you would still be able to get like an ice cream, a soda, and like a hamburger all for 25 cents. I'm like, don't even start with me, senor. Please don't start with me. Date night. I didn't use any of this, so what I think I might use the date night money for is either for Jake still wants to go out to dinner for his birthday, so I'll probably use that for that. Otherwise it'll just be used for savings challenges, or I just might actually just let this one roll over. Home. So home, I did have the initial 11, but then anything else was used for savings challenges. I haven't used this money for anything else, so a lot of this money probably went to savings challenges, and we'll probably see that in the next budget with me when we see what my last budget was like and how much I actually did spend. So I have for home 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and so this will be a good amount to put towards savings challenges. I really, the reason why I'm leaning more towards Bunny Box, because if I can get as big of a head start on that one and not necessarily try to save with that every week, at least there's like a buffer for me. So I don't know, there's that. It could also go to Mind Your Business as far as like my personal savings challenge that I have with that one. So lots of options. Personal spending, a lot of it went to savings challenges as well. I don't think, I'm looking at my spending tracker so far, and it looks like the only thing I spent on was for the Paramount subscription. Other than that, this probably all went to savings challenges. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. So I'm thinking that all of it probably went to when I did those big pushes for Simply Chic and for Build a Farm. But that's fine. That's the whole point, because I didn't want to spend it and I didn't need to spend it. So off to savings it goes. Birthday boy. So for Jake's spending that I still have 20, 40, 60, 80 left over. That is still more than enough for us to go out to dinner for his birthday. Plus, if I include that little $10 buffer, that is definitely more than enough. And I can probably get him something. He's just so hard to buy for. He's the type, I love him to death. He's the type that he doesn't need anything. And then if he needs anything, he'll just get it himself because he's a grown adult. And I appreciate that. But I'm, one, really bad at getting gifts. And two, how do you get something for somebody that has everything that they could possibly need? So, but yeah, I ask him for help sometimes with like what he wants, and he's like, just take me out to dinner, please. I'm like, great, I can do that. Miscellaneous, I used all of that for Bunny Box. So there's nothing left over for that one. And then here's my debt. So this is including the transactions of like Jake's birthday dinner with the friends, plus all the other transactions I hit. So right now I am sitting with 50, 70, 80, 90, 95, 100, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51. So what's going to happen is that when I get paid, that money from my deposit is going to go to paying off the credit card, and then I will use this money to put back into my variable spending binders. And then here's the money for Simply Chic. And then look at Build a Farm. I had to put it in its own separate zipper envelope because it wouldn't fit with that one. So I am so excited. Oh, and I still haven't even done the prop swap. Oh my goodness, guys, I haven't even done the prop swap yet, and I feel like I'm gonna have to actually deposit money this next paycheck instead of withdrawing any to just put money back into my variable expenses envelopes. So that's going to be wild. But that's all I have for today, friends. It was a shorter one, but I'm kind of glad that I didn't do too much spending, and because I knew that I had messed up on the budget and I forgot about this coming weekend, that I'm really glad that we ended up not needing to spend as much as we didn't even need to spend. So then that kept me more of a buffer just in case if we did need to, go out to eat more, because, we like to celebrate and hang out with our friends, especially when it's like for birthdays or special occasions. So I'm really glad that we stayed in budget so far. And so what will be next is going to be the group savings. And so I hope to see you guys there. I'm going to show off the new May collaboration with Greta, and I'm super excited. So I hope to see you guys in the next one. Okay, have a good weekend, guys. Bye.